Why, hello, good morning to you. So today starts the 24-hour, what do I call it? 24 hours in my kitchen. This is what I'm working with. I just scooted the table over and it is blocking the door just a little bit, not by much. Let's set this baby up. See, it like, I don't know why, but it gets stuck, like it gets caught on these little things. So it's always better to have some kind of bed skirting, but we won't bother for this experiment. All right. I've also got the mattress topper stuff on here. So I've got 4 of them. I'm just using what I have and it's cushiony, so that is that. Thanks so much for watching DiasFrugalLife. If you enjoy the content, make sure to subscribe for more future videos. You can also join and be part of our coffee club. We would love to have you. Thanks for all the love and support. This is the tour that I'm gonna do to show you what I'm working with. Now, there's a twin size bed. I scooted the dining table over just a little bit. So I still have obviously everything that I had in my kitchen, and then I just added a bed. So like this gives me about 1.5 feet here walkway, which is fine for me. I'm not too big. I can always put this bed, instead of going this way, I can make it go a long ways, that way, because I don't use that door as often as I use the front door. So that would be another option, and then move this dining table over here. But yeah, so this is a twin size bed. I have the high bed frame, 18 inches high bed frame, which I find to be very useful. Look at all this storage, you guys. That is a lot of storage. You can put 5-gallon buckets fit under here. And you would be able to put, let's see, 2, 4, 8 to 10 5-gallon buckets under here very comfortably, along with other stuff under. So that's a lot of food storage, a lot of prep storage, a lot of different things like that. You're still able to have a tiny chest freezer. If anything, you could have a regular fridge freezer here. That would work too, because there is plenty of space for it. I just found these that were more affordable, so I went with that. But I mean, you're still able to have your refrigeration, your freezer, your stove, and all these cabinets to store a ton of food, a ton of gear, a ton of whatever you needed. There's still a lot of space. This is what this looks like, you guys. A lot of floor space still. Look at all that. Each of these is a 1x1. And let me scoot over here so you can see what this side looks like, or from this angle anyway. If I needed to, I can put another chair there or whatever, but like, yeah, this is right here is the kitchen, where the kitchen door is. All right, you guys have seen that before. I just block it off anyway. So I don't use this door as often, so I can even scoot stuff a little bit over if I needed to. Or like I said, do the bed this way. And even if it blocked a little bit of the door, it doesn't really matter, because I usually go out through the living room, which is that way. But yeah, you guys, there's plenty of room. 1 to 2 people would live comfortably in this small of a space. So this size of a space, I kind of sort of measured, but not really. I just counted the tiles, and since they're about 1x1, I counted, and they are it's about 13 by 10. So 130 square foot is what I have here, plus the bathroom, the little bathroom. So I would say altogether, It's no more than 150 square foot. And that is a lot of space. Even with some of these huge appliances here, even with the dishwasher that I don't use. I mean, I can, if I were to be designing my own tiny house, my own shed, then it would be less appliances and more storage. Or definitely more shelving, more cabinets up top, something. But yeah, you guys, how much space does a person actually need? For me, in my opinion, I say from 100 to 200 square foot. That's what a person actually needs. And could put all kinds of things in there. You could design it however you like. It's basically like having your own hotel room. That's what it kind of feels like. Just having your own studio, your own hotel room, and everything you need is in there, plus some. You know, like under bed storage is huge. All these cabinets that you can put around or shelving, that's huge. But depends what you want to do. If you're a prepper, if you like to store a lot of the food and gear. If you're a minimalist, well, this is even bigger than you actually need. 100 square foot is probably too big for a minimalist. Well, tiny home enthusiast / minimalist, because people also like big places, which there's nothing wrong with having a big house, a small house, living in a van, living in a car, you know, it's all personal preference. But yeah, for sure, like after doing this for the 24-hour challenge, I wasn't sure how it would be to have my bed here, how much room I would have left. But since I have a twin size bed, it is, it took hardly any space really. And now if I had a queen size bed, that'd probably be a different story. I would definitely have to put it in a different direction than I have it now. And, you know, Cora and I had talked about it before, where if we had to, we can put our beds together and live in the kitchen and bathroom area and save on utilities in the extreme heat or the extreme cold months, or even just close off the living room and still have our bedrooms, still have our kitchen as a kitchen. But I mean, if push came to shove, we would just do the live here in the kitchen. So I don't know. I like to experiment. I like to just kind of, how far could you go? What could you do? What could you not do? What worked? What didn't? So, I mean, a lot of that stuff is just like, I would definitely arrange the kitchen a whole different way. Put the actual kitchen on that one wall. I wouldn't have all this extra stuff on this wall. Like the extra appliances, everything I would have to fit on that one wall there. And I would arrange it to where I would have, at one end would be the fridge, freezer area, and then a little bit of counter space, then my sink, a little bit more counter space, and then on the other end I would have my my cooking side, which would be the air fryer, a hot plate, or the microwave, my coffee pot, like all that kind of like in a shelving, up and down shelving to save space. So that's how I would do it, more of a kitchenette style. And then that would give me a bunch more space right here along this wall, that I don't need a full-size stove and oven. Like that's overkill for one person. I've come to find that this little bitty dorm fridge and this freezer is more than plenty efficient and works well for one person. Two, the fridge is kind of like, I don't know, you probably need the bigger one. Any more than one person, two people, you need something bigger than that. But for one person, it has worked well. Like this setup here works well. It's plenty of space. Like the freezer still has a bunch of empty space because I don't find any good deals really. The stuff that I like to eat, like a bunch of my frozen fruits that I eat, some of the frozen vegetables, I don't really find them in any kind of discount or deals that I would just go in and buy like hundreds of pounds worth of whatever. I haven't found that, so I just use it just to store the basic stuff that I buy for the week or two or the month, and that's it. But it's still very useful because this little bitty dorm fridge has no freezer. It has a little chiller compartment, which doesn't work well, doesn't keep anything frozen. But as far as like a little fridge, it works well. Other than that, you guys, like 10 by 10, 10 by 13, which this is a 10 by 13, 10 by 20 actually would probably be the way to go. You would even be able to do a laundry room, an actual bedroom, and a 10 by 20. You can get another bedroom. You can, not another bedroom. You can actually have a bedroom, have a nice sized bathroom, and have a laundry room, even a pantry. Like just the way, depends on the way you design it, right? But I think that would be like the maximum that I would ever go as far as me making my own tiny house, right? My own shed home or my own tiny house on wheels. But ideally for me, I believe that if I were to do it on a trailer or just a basic shell that I would purchase would be like a 8 by 16 foot. I think that would give me plenty of space. 8 by 16 or 10 by 16, 10 by 12, somewhere around that size would be what I would consider to be perfect for me, because I do want to have a pantry. I would like an actual bedroom just to have more privacy and just kind of like divide the kitchen from the bedroom, but it's not a necessity. So somewhere around there, 8 by 12, 8 by 16, or a 10 by 10, 10 by 12, somewhere around there is what I would have. And yeah, I won't keep this video too long, but I just get to looking around and kind of like imagining what would I do, what would I put, what would I design? I don't know, different kind of things like that. But it's not much different than a regular kitchen, you guys. The only difference is I added my bed here. And even if I didn't design anything else in here, didn't remodel, didn't like, it already came as this kitchen to just have my bed here, have my clothes under the bed is all I would have to add. Look, there's nothing else I need to add but my clothes under the bed, because all my food, all my appliances, everything that I need is already here. And then of course the bathroom already has, you know, your shampoo, your body wash, your toilet paper, etc. I mean, it has everything already, so that's about all I really would need to actually bring in here besides my bed is some clothes. Then other than that, you know, I was thinking like, Cora had mentioned to me where you would still be able to prep, because a lot of people are like, oh, I need a lot more space because I want to prep or I want to have XYZ. And I don't think that there's enough room in such a small space in like a little shed house. Well, let me tell you, there is a lot of space, especially if you build up, if you have cabinets or closets and you put a lot of shelving and it all like stacks up. There is a lot of space. Under the bed is another huge amount of space. And another thing that I thought about, depends on the layout of the house. Like this house is nice too because the plumbing pretty much is like right where the sink is. And then on this wall is where the bathroom connects to. So the plumbing is all like in this little area here. So if I'm able to heat up and keep it above freezing, then my pipes won't burst, and I can close off the two bedrooms, close off the living area, have less of a utility bill to heat and to cool. So I would pay like half the amount in utilities than I normally do if I were to just close all the other ones off and not really heat or cool the bedrooms or the living area. But it got me thinking of like when people have the bigger homes and then their kids grow up and then they leave, then you're not using all those extra bedrooms and all the extra space. So what do? You can also just close the bedrooms off for most of the year. Just close off the bedrooms. You don't need to heat or cool those. So that's less on utilities. If you choose to stay in your home, of course, it depends on the layout, right? But if you choose to stay in your home and it's a little bit bigger for just you or you and your spouse, ways to save money. So you can just close those other bedrooms off or those other rooms off, and you don't need to use them most of the year. You could just live in your one bedroom, use the one bathroom, the kitchen, maybe your living area. Like I said, just depends on how it's all laid out. But I mean, those are options too, because I know a lot of people don't want to sell their home. They don't want to downsize. Yeah, I mean, their home might already be paid off by the time they're at that age, retirement, whatever. And it's cheap enough to keep their home. So that's an option too. If you want to reduce your expenses, if you're not worried about it, then use all your bedrooms. I don't know, but I mean, those are just kind of tips. And if you want to downsize, then of course you can sell your big home and downsize, and it's less to take care of, less to maintain, less to heat, less to cool, all that good stuff. But yeah, you guys, the 24-hour experiment, which is not really a long time, kind of just, gets the ball rolling, gets your mind thinking of like, how small can I go and still live comfortable and still be happy and still enjoy my space? Because that's kind of the point of life. You still want to have a good life. So yeah, like living in the van, it's plenty of room, and it's nowhere near 100 square feet. It's like way less than that. But I do enjoy the luxuries of having my own bathroom, of being able to stand up, having the running water, all that good stuff. So, I mean, having a home base is very useful. And if you're savvy about what you choose as your home base, that can be very affordable as well. I see a lot of nomads that are now starting to not live in their vehicles or to add a home base, because they see the actual purpose of it, the point of it, the benefit of it, right? And I do also. Most of us, I think, know the benefits of having an actual home base, or even like even just having a spot at an RV park, for example. Like that alone can be very useful, but then it costs you money. But then you think about it, okay, well, if I have a home like I do now, okay, it's paid off. Yours may or may not be, but in my situation, it's paid off. My utility bills and my expenses and maintenance and all that can cost about what a RV park space would cost me. Sometimes less, sometimes more. But I mean, it's things that you have to kind of like, do your pros and cons list and see, is it better for me to have this actual house and live here with low expenses? Or is it better for me to have like a small RV and park it somewhere at an RV park, pay the $500-$600 a month for that, and not have to worry about maintaining a bigger house, mowing the grass and having to do that kind of upkeep. I just have to worry about my travel trailer. which I think those two options for me are really good, especially if it's just me. If it's just me, because we have had travel trailers and we've had RVs, and you know, throughout the years we've had different options like that, and we've lived in regular homes like I do now, and we've lived for short times, for short terms in RVs, and it gets crowded. So living in an RV gets crowded quick when there's um, 2 or 3 people or more. Like it gets crowded really fast. And you know, that's the benefit. If you have a small family, I think a small home, a small reasonable size home is better than an RV in my opinion. But like if it's just one person, I would say if your home is paid off and it's affordable, then shoot, just stay there, enjoy it. But if it's a better option for you to have a small RV or a small travel trailer, then I mean, that's the way to go too. Like those two are my top options, you guys. To have a nice small home or like some travel trailer or something, and just kind of weigh out the cost, really the cost and the maintenance, and it's just going to depend on the person what their needs are. But those are two really great options if you've never thought about it. If you have and you have questions, you know, you can put them down in the comments below. And a lot of us have had RVs, have had travel trailers, have experienced the home life, the RV life, the nomad life, and you know, we can help you out and answer some questions. And or if you've experienced those different kind of lifestyles, you know, let us know down there. What did you like? What do you prefer? What did you not like? You know, just different things like that to kind of help other people see, you know, how much, if you want to share how much it would cost you for your spot at an RV park, or how much you spend in gas, or you know, just different expenses like that. Are you able to live on I don't know, $1,000 or less, $600 or less? Do you need $2,000, you know, to pay all your bills and maintain everything? I don't know. If you care to share any of that, you can put it down in the comments. And you know, we all learn from the comments, you guys. So there's a lot of things that you guys have put on there that kind of blows my mind because I've never even thought about. But yeah, so definitely if you want to share some stuff, put it in a comment. And yeah, don't forget to give this a thumbs up and tell me what you think about living in such a small space. 150 square foot or less for one person, I think it's good. I like it. All right, bye guys.